What is going on? How is everybody doing? Welcome to another edition of Milan News. It is Wednesday here, Pacific Coast of America. Only two words matter, and those two words are Forza Milan. How is everybody doing? Antonio is here with us. How are you, Antonio?
Very well, Roy. How are you?
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Everybody in chat, what is going on? Hopefully, all of you are doing well wherever you are in the world. Guys, let's get it started right away. Let's not even waste time. Let's smash that like button. Come on, let's do it. Team effort. Team effort. Team effort. Let's get it out of the way since today is not going to be a very long edition, but we are going to go through all the topics of the day that have come out. In particular, let's start with Tomori. The legend, the modern day Franco Baresi, is set to renew and extend his contract with AC Milan. So basically, Fumata Bianca, accordo raggiunto per il rinnovo di Tomori, stipendio quasi raddoppiato. So agreement has been reached with Tomori. His salary will be doubled. Pretty much, this is what he will be getting. Milanista che passerà dagli attuali 2 milioni from 2 million, he'll go to 3.5, and his contract will go all the way up to 2027. So excellent news. After the renewal of Theo Hernandez a few months ago, now we secure the renewal of Fikayo Tomori, one of the greatest signings this management has done. So absolutely fantastic news for us Milanisti. This is a big thumbs up. This is an A+ operation. The player will continue to be a Milan player, and if some crazy English team wants to come and put 200 million to get him, maybe we'll consider it. Antonio, what do you think about this? Pretty good, hey?
100%. This is a good trend for us. We want to make sure we keep increasing the wages for our most important players, especially. And I'm happy that Tomori is actually it looks like he's willing to stay with us, and cares about the project and invest in the project. So hopefully other players will follow in his footsteps, but keeping the core of the team is super, super vital for, to be a big club. So very happy with this.
Absolutely, 100%. It is absolutely imperative that we retouch, the contracts of the players that we deem valuable. I'm sure Kalulu is going to come up soon, and what's his name, of course, Tonali, another player that he sacrificed part of his wages to keep on playing for Milan, if you guys remember going back to last summer. So all very good, positive news. We start with very, very positive news. And another very positive news, especially for Skillard, because we all love Skillard and we know how much Skillard loves our AC Milan players. Another player is actually being renewed right now. Advanced talks regarding a certain player, one of our favorite players, actually a player that I think is a very important player for Milan. I think a player that has been crucial for Milan's success, and a player that has been tactically very important, and that is Rade Krunic. Rade Krunic, Mr. Rade Krunic. It has been reported by Milan News this evening that RossonARI want to keep the 28-year-old, I didn't know he was 28, at the club for longer than the duration of his current deal. His current deal expires June 2024, which means that there is no serious rush to get him tied down. Despite that, it seems that the deal is very close to completion. It is not reported how long the extension to his deal will be or whether his salary will be increased, but it is likely being done to reward him for his performances last season. A player that is underestimated quite a lot, criticized unfairly quite a lot, but a player that has been extremely important to the functionality of the tactics of our team. Let's not forget that by the end of the season, those very important games that Milan played to win the Scudetto, Krunic was a starter. Krunic was the number 10, and he played that role of /8/10. He would also help the double pivots. I love Krunic. I think he's a wonderful player, and he's a very important player to keep in the team. So I'm very happy about this. What do you think, Antonio? Guys, what do you think in chat? Are you guys happy about Krunic? Are you guys happy about Tomori? Let me know.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I used to be very, sort of like on Team Skiller with this one. But the more I think about it, the more, I realize that Krunic is really, really important. I think he can play pretty much any midfield position in the team that we need him to play. Pioli really likes him, so, and I trust Pioli, of course. He did have a couple of big moments and a couple of poor moments, but in recent years, I feel like he's just really developed more. Yeah, but he's kind of unnoticed because he doesn't do anything too flashy. But like you said, at the end of the season this year, big games, happened, and he was always there making big plays. Especially like for example, when Teo scored against Atalanta, he was the one who won the ball back for that play. At the end against Sassuolo, I remember him like putting his head on the line, blocking a big shot from I think I don't know maybe Scamacca or someone. So he was always there fighting for the team. He also won the ball back for Kessie's goal that Leao actually went up and passed it to Kessie. So this guy like does the dirty work. He's important to have on the team. Good player, and he's getting better. He's cutting down on his mistakes. So we can't rely on him for creativity, but we need him in other ways. He's good to rotate in.
Yeah, absolutely. Krunic is a player that you can use in the double pivot. We've actually seen him being used in the left flank. I believe it was for the Atletico Madrid game where we did not have Leao, if I'm wrong. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think we had Leao for that game. Krunic played on the left, and that was a fantastic game. We beat Atletico Madrid. Krunic was a big part of that team. Messias scored the goal. So a lot of these players that are not flashy names, not marquee signings, not the players that are going to sell jerseys. These are very important players, tactically intelligent players, tactically important for the coach. Coaches don't need stickers. Coaches need real players. Krunic is definitely one of those real players that we can rely on for many things. As a matter of fact, against Udinese, we're most likely going to see Krunic in the double pivot. I remember how we started the last season when the first game was against Sampdoria and then we played against Cagliari the next game. Krunic was in the double pivot for both those games, and I remember that I deemed him one of the best players on the pitch because of his work, his relentless work. He doesn't make many mistakes anymore. He's definitely improved. He's a late bloomer. He had to amalgamate himself. He had to grow into the role. But for me, Krunic is an excellent player. He's the leader of this national team, Bosnia. Ballon d'Or. So there you go, guys. Since we give so much crap to this player, here comes Roy, the one that actually has appreciated him since the beginning. I've seen his talent, I've seen what he can do, and I'm very glad that now he is starting to be recognized for what he can do. So I'm very glad about this. All right, guys. Once again, let's get on to the liking really fast today. Let's see how fast we can like and bring those likes up. That's the goal today. Today, that's the experiment. How fast can we get to? I don't think we're going to get to 100 today, but let's try. Let's see if we can get to 100 today. But we will give it a shot. All right, let's go to chat. Let's see what you guys think about Tomori and Krunic. By the way, let me say hi to everybody. We got Eva P. How you doing? How you doing? Christian, come stiamo? Hola, Laert will be back tomorrow in London, so from tomorrow onwards, Laert will be present on the channel again. What you think about situation with Kessie? We are going to be talking about that too, so we'll leave that later. We're going to beat Udinese, guys. Let me know how confident you are going into the Udinese game. We are playing this Saturday. Let me know if you're 0% confident, meaning you have 0, 33%, 66%, or 100%. Please let me know. Emmanuel, Forza Milan, of course. Why so many rights? Thermal pit. Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll definitely get into that whole situation. So we'll leave it over. Okay, yeah. The idea of our Lokonga, another player that has been linked with Milan, Belgian player, 20 million. interesting player. What do you know about this player, Antonio? Do you have anything to say about this player?
Yeah, I know Sambi Lokonga, so obviously he plays for Arsenal. He played for Anderlecht before. He was in Belgium, and he's a Belgian player. Makers is actually his best friend. Like they both have like a similar thing in their Instagram bio, like sort of like their initials and the number they wear, and they're always like spotted with each other, and they're really close friends. They play on the youth national team, stuff like that. So we were actually really linked with this player because apparently Makers like was joking around with like Maldini and told him to bring him in. Then Arsenal got him. Ever since then, he hasn't really been like a starter for Arsenal. He's kind of like a rotation player. He comes in, he plays in the pivot. So he definitely is a good prospect, and I would like him a lot. The fact that he plays for Arsenal means that he's expensive. Arsenal are not just a Premier League club; they're a pretty wealthy Premier League club, one of the wealthier ones, and they're fighting for Champions League this year. So it's going to be very tough to get him, in terms of bringing him to Milan. But I like the player, and we'll see what happens. Maybe we can loan him out or do something. I wonder what happens to the other players we're linked with too, like Pape Sarr from Tottenham, other type of players. So I want to see. I want to see. I think we're evaluating our options right now.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, interesting player. We'll see how that one develops. Of course, since we are talking about Arsenal, those rumors about Tonali and Arsenal have died just as fast as they came up. The management said, "No way, thank you, peace out, later." So nothing is going to happen with Tonali, as a lot of us thought. There's no way Tonali is moving, and as a matter of fact, those rumors have been quelled very fast. Sabdehi Gosh, very critical of a transfer market, says, "Man, where are our transfer targets? It keeps on changing day after day. Someday Dika pops up, someday Diallo, and so on. We need a center back CDM ASAP to get used to the squad before UCL begins." Okay, well, we are going to be We're not going to be talking much about Indica since there's nothing there right now. There's no there's nothing on Indica right now, so I don't think we're going to be wasting any words on him. But Diallo is getting really close, guys. Once again, I'm calling this one before Fabrizio Romano, like I did with CDK, just like I did with CDK. Diallo is going to be wearing the red and black shirt by the end of the transfer market. Let's see. Hopefully, Indica actually pops up and Indica becomes the player. That is what I would like to see more so than Diallo. But at this point, I'm calling it now, before Di Marzio, before Fabrizio Romano, before Skira, before everybody. Diallo is going to be an AC Milan player. So there you go. We need a CB and a CDM. Yeah, I read that. Krunic, yes, Krunic. I actually don't mind. I like Krunic. How can you not like Krunic? He is a utility player. Does not disturb the locker room. A very useful player. I hope Kessie returns. Okay, we'll be talking about that. We'll definitely be talking about that. You can't have any top players in your team. Look at this year's menu. The last years, you need also players who sacrifice. Oh, of course, exactly. Bravissimo, MHM. These players are so important. I think a lot of people just don't understand that how important these players are. The sacrificial lambs, or you want to call them. They're too important. You can't have a team of just superstars. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Maybe there's some examples of them working, but those are anomalies. Gino Nana and Dika will be the best signings for CDM and CB. If Ziyech arrives, Alexis goes, and I see Brahim and Bakayoko only as a luxury player of the season. I don't think Alexis is leaving, guys. I don't think Alexis Salimakers is leaving. And also, I don't want him to leave. This guy works his ass off for the team. Why would you want to get rid of the players that work their ass off for you? It's like, I know people. There's a misconception about football. The big misconception about football is that people think that it's all about what you do with the ball. But 50% of the game is what you do without the ball. And you need the players that do that work. If you don't have those players that don't do that work, you're gonna you're going to struggle. You need Alexis. You need Alexis for the high press. You need him for the running he does. You need him for the way he sacrifices himself for the team. So Alexis, I don't think is going anywhere. What do you think? What do you think, Antonio? And guys, what do you think in chat about this?
Yeah, I don't think Alexis Salamakers is going to move on unless we get a good offer for him because I think what, like you said, we do need some of those players that put in a good shift. Personally, I think I know like you might disagree with me. I would prefer to have a player who can give you a little bit more attacking quality in that right mid position, just because I think it would help us out and help us get more goals. And finding someone kind of like a Messias who does actually work really hard, but still has more attacking quality is, I think, the better option. But Salamakers is fine. Like I'm not saying get rid of him. He'll put in some good shifts. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna sell him unless we get a really good offer, and so that's why I'm kind of skeptical about Ziyech. But if we get both, or if we get Ziyech and keep them somehow, I mean that'd be really amazing. So we'll see.
Yeah, and remember, Salamakers is a player that you can use on different roles. I really don't think they're going to be selling Salamakers. So, if they do, I'll say I'll be very surprised, and I'll tell you, wow, you got that one right. But I really don't think. As far as Indica, I completely agree with you. 100% believe the best signing. Gino Nana makes sense to me. It definitely makes sense. What's up, Alex Garcia? Ciao, raga, come stiamo? Speriamo tutto bene. I mentioned bringing back. Okay, We'll talk about that later on. Okay, let's talk. Longtime subscriber, always follows us. We love Lit Talk. Says, I'm an Arsenal fan. He's crap. He needs time to develop. Obviously, he's talking about Lokonga. And check this out. Any Maniac 89. I watched an AFTV, Arsenal Football Club TV or something, stream early, and they don't really rate him at all. It seems like they're selling players on the cheap. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, I seen. Oh yeah. By the way, let's go to Onyedika. Right. Let's go to Onyedika. Yeah, Salamaker's a tackle player. You don't see his value until you start analyze his play without the ball. Exactly. Very bravo. 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 I seen Onyedika against Benfica. He's more needed than Lokonga. So let's talk about Onyedika a little bit. Basically, he played against Benfica last night, right? And I believe Benfica won the game. Therefore, Onyedika right now, according to this report, is a simpler solution for Milan. So Benfica use of progress helps Milan in pursuit of 7 million. 7 million? Wow. Let's check him out. Hey, are you at your computer?
Yes, I am.
All right, let's
No,
let.
I will say I saw like a lot of the extended highlights from that game, and I know it's not the best way to watch because you have for a midfielder especially you have to watch like how he does generally. There were some plays when he made a couple of good interceptions, carried the ball forward and was involved. So I think he definitely is a good prospect. He is still raw though. He fouls a lot. He needs to develop a lot more, but it's that's normal.
Hey, let's pull out some highlights. Let's pull out some. If you can find some Onyedika highlights, Brazil Scout, or whatever you can find. Let's see if we can. Let's see what happens. Um, yeah, let's see what. Tell me what you can find, and we'll go through him. We'll look at him because this one. Sorry, my microphone was far away from him. Yeah, let's check some highlights. Let's see what how this player. Let's analyze him together as a team, guys. The whole RossonARI TV community. Let's analyze Onyedika together. Basically, this report says, as has been reported by Sport Mediaset, Milan could have a much easier time trying to sign the midfielder from the Danish side now that they have been knocked out of the Champions League in the qualification rounds by Benfica. Given they cannot count on group stage revenue for next season, it leaves them more open to cashing in on the player whilst they know where there is major interest. The club quoted a price of 7 million for the Nigerian yesterday, and now it's likely that Milan can wrap up the deal with a bid of that amount. This looks very possible. I think it's a very probable solution, most likely a viable solution.
Hey Roy, I
Yeah.
found one. I found a video from, but it's not from anyone that we really usually do.
Okay, okay, let's do it. Share it.
All right.
Let's check it out.
Let me know if that's good.
Hold on. Yeah, go for it. Okay, so what can we deduct from him? Looks strong. Physically looks strong. Let's see what he looks like with the ball on his feet. Oh, okay, he scores a goal. Nice opening. Nice ball. Looks like he's got good speed, actually, right? Quite aggressive. Yeah, this is a defensive midfielder. This is a classic defensive midfielder. Nice, clever. And he's only 21, I believe, right? Am I correct about that?
Yep, 21.
Yeah, he definitely has the qualities of a defensive midfielder, you can tell. One thing that I can also tell, I mean, of course, highlights only tell you, give you a small window of what a player is capable of doing. And highlights don't show you the mistakes. That's everything. But he definitely has the qualities of a defensive midfielder. Nothing flashy, nothing incredible, I would say, but something that you can definitely develop, right? Something that you can definitely work. I mean, he's only 7 million. He's only 7 million, so something you can definitely develop. 21-year-olds, yeah, you know, he's definitely athletic. You can tell he's got a very aggressive nature of how he attacks the ball. You know, he has got that Tomori kind of instinct of suffocating the opponent when the opponent has the ball, right? You see how he attacks right away the player that has the ball. So suffocating the player, not giving the player much time. You see how he chases and goes straight into it? That's something that Tomori does a lot, and Tomori does it beautifully. By the way, guys, just a reminder about Tomori. Check this out. Tomori went 4 games or 5 games where he was basically on his last yellow card, and if he would have gotten a yellow card, he would have gotten suspended. Tomori, the way he plays, so aggressive, he was able to go 5 or 4 games at the end of the season without getting a yellow card. How amazing is Tomori, guys? How amazing is Tomori? He likes to spread the ball horizontally a lot. He's got the long ball, horizontal long ball. Definitely likes to use his physique. He's got the strong core. He's got the height. Yeah, he definitely likes to attack the player with the ball. You see how he runs to the? Oh no, that wasn't him. Sorry. But yeah. You see how he just runs straight into the player with the ball. That's something that Gattuso used to do a lot too. Obviously, Gattuso was a master at that. Um, yeah, on the ball, he is nothing special on the ball. At least from what I'm seeing, that's a nice little move there. Nice play. But it's definitely a very interesting player, I would say. Huh? What do you guys think? What do you guys think in chat? Is this a yes or is it a no? What do you think, guys? Let me know in chat. Is it a yes or it is a no? Let me know because I'm curious to know what you guys think as well. Just by looking at him, I would say for the price, for me, it's a yes. No? What do you think, Antonio?
For the price, it's a yes. We can develop him, and I think he's kind of that defensive midfielder that we're looking for to fit in that role and play comfortably. So, yes, let's develop someone. Let's try to moneyball this. I like this strategy.
Yeah, this is definitely a Moneyball kind of operation for sure. Because his stats looked really good. His stats looked really good. I remember they looked very good. They looked like the perfect kind of stats that you want for that position, right? Um, um the highlights against Benfica are UEFA, so I would rather not. UEFA can give us issues. Okay, so let's see what you guys think in chat. Yes, guys, we are going to be talking about the Kessie thing. Let's be a little bit patient. We're going to go there. He has a good long ball. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. I noticed that as well. Eva P says, seems like a steal for 7 million. MHM says, Pioli ha detto che non vuole uno come Kessie, vuole un aggressivo, tecnico ed esplosivo. Da questo ne deduco che vorrà pressare ancora più alto. Ci divertiamo quest'anno. Bello, bello questo. Mi piace. Aggressive, technical, and explosive for the high press. This guy definitely can do the high press because look at how he attacks players, right? Obviously, this is one of those players where I think his worth is going to be more without the ball rather than with the ball. But you see that right there. That's high press right there. Can you just go back a second? Just go back a second. If you look at him, you see how he presses high and he attacks you when when the defensive midfielders have the ball. He's good here at getting out of the press, but here you can see him right now just attacking right there, right there. That's high press right there, and that is exactly what this message from MHM is saying. As Vanberg from Bologna went for only 9 million, that's crazy. They got Vanberg? Did you see Zlatan's quote, Gazzetta Sport? He said, when I'm in Italy, I miss my kids in Sweden. When I'm in Sweden, I miss my 25 kids in Italy. By the way, guys, not to boast or anything, but we here, well, not we broke the news about Ibrahimovic moving his kids to Milanello before Gazzetta dello Sport, before Sempre Milan, before a lot of outlets. So, yeah, we do a good job in journalism, right? We do a good job. Yeah, we do a good job. Okay, so this player for 7 million, I think is a good deal. I think is a good deal. I think it's definitely
We're
a very
best
good deal.
journalists there. Come on.
Say again.
We're just top journalists.
Right, right. We're getting into the business of journalism, but the Wiseman says this is exactly what the team needs: work rate and aggressiveness. Right. So basically, this is what a lot of us were saying. We need a replacement for Kessie. Kessie was more of a defensive midfielder. This guy seems like he has it. Subdave says Onyedika is physically strong, but is not good with the ball and tactically sluggish. Gino Nana is strong, knows his positions well, and plays in League One instead of the Danish league. Well, first of all, don't underestimate the Danish league because in Denmark the players play really well. But yes, obviously League One is good. You did, Roy. I have to give you that. Fabrizio watches this channel for some inspiration. Pioli doesn't strike me as a type to make demands, even though he should. I think he will use whatever players management get him. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Why do they want someone who doesn't want to be on the team? Yeah, well, they're only getting players that want to be on the team. Roy, boys, Enzo Fernandez has been on fire and already has 3 goals. Wow, Enzo Fernandez, a player we were close to. He was very good. He was very good. I
He
remember him.
scored yesterday, by the way,
Yeah, yeah.
against Michelin.
Haza says, whatever Moncada wants, Moncada gets it right most of the time. 99% of the time. Yes, he's great, but I don't think Milan will sign him. Even
Actually,
70.
Roy, on this point about Moncada, Moncada doesn't make the final decision. He presented probably all of these midfielders, and it's Maldini who has to decide. So
Yeah,
Moncada's not
of
saying this
course.
person is better than the other. He says maybe this person is better at, pressing. This person has higher stats in another area. So Maldini has to make the decision. So I'm curious. And Massaro.
Yeah, look, basically, the way it usually works is that the coach, the management, they have an identikit, a profile, and then it's up to the scouts. They're given the assignment. The scouts are given the assignments to go around Europe and the world and to find the profile that fits what they're looking for. That identikit, right? I'm sure all of these players are part of a large list that they're looking at and they're evaluating. So, he seems, honestly, the reason why I'm more inclined towards this player is because for some reason that I still cannot explain, just like our friend Subda Heap, This club is like as broke as it can be. Like I don't get it. I don't understand how the hell this club is so broke. Link Lucas. No, Lucas. No, not today. Pioli is a top manager. He can play with all sort of player. Yeah, he can definitely develop any kind of player. We've seen that. Ndika plays Super Cup versus Real Madrid in 45 minutes. Nice, nice. So we're going to see how Dika does in Europe against the big boys, Real Madrid. Giorgio Scalvini, top talent. Yeah, that's right. That's another player that I've been reading about. Let's check out Gino Nana. I've never seen Gino Nana. Are there any highlights of Gino Nana we can check, Antonio? Since we're already doing this.
I'll see what I can find.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Gino Nana for 8 million, Onyedika for 7 million, Onana, Sangare, and Kessie like good as a CDM, which we need tactically, physically, and technically. Okay, all right. Well, yeah, it could be one or the other. I effing love Paul KB in his comments, and same for Skillert, for sure. For sure. They're definitely OGs of the channel. Did you guys end up doing the Milan season preview call-up? Yes, we did, guys. Actually, if you go in our community tab, the link is there. Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Also,
How
keep
would...
an eye out for a potential video, if that does happen, on our channel as well.
Right, tomorrow. Coming out tomorrow, yeah. How would you rate Pioli's time with Fiorentina and Inter? Poor. I actually, before Pioli joined Milan, I rated him as a very useless coach. Let me put it that way, to say it in not
Here's the
so nice
highlight,
terms.
Roy.
All right, let's check Gino Nana, another player that possibly looks more like a realistic target because of the situation with Bordeaux. Bordeaux is what got relegated to the second division. Old teammate of Adli. So let's see what he does. Let's see what he does. Now, here we have a blue team, yeah?
Yeah, so the dark blue team but he's also on another team here as well. So these are some older highlights. He's not the flashiest player, but his stats are very good.
Okay, let's got a goal. Ooh, is that him? No, that's not him. He made the pass. This is him, right? This is him? This guy? Yeah, this guy's him.
Yes, yes,
Number
yes.
number 8. Okay. Okay, he's small, yeah? He's not he's a short, kind of like Tonali's height. He kind of reminds me of Akante a little bit in his stature. That's the first thing I'm looking at. I gotta say, these highlights are not great. It's hard to tell by these highlights what kind of player he is. Okay, aggressive, high press there. Why would they show highlights of him losing the ball? Mm. And what nationality is he? He's Cameroonian?
Cameroonian.
Okay. Nice. He looks like a busy bee, a guy that works a lot. Look at this pitch. Oh my God. Wow. Okay, we can take these highlights down. Honestly, I'm having a tough time, and these highlights are put together very poorly. I apologize to whoever created those highlights if you're watching, when you're going to watch that, but they're put up very poorly. It's very difficult to tell what kind of player he is. Anyway, let's move on, guys. Let's move on to the next segment, which is the Diallo segment. this Onyedika kid has no technique. Look, if I were to judge just based out of these two highlights that we saw, I thought that Onyedika looked pretty good, actually. The Onana highlights were not that put well together.
That's true,
So,
Roy. But if you look at Onana's stats, especially defensively, they're like really, really good.
okay, okay. Yeah, I'm just saying that those highlights there were put together very poorly, so it's hard to tell whether or not. It's hard to have an opinion. That's all I'm saying. Okay, let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. You guys are putting a lot of that. Yeah, guys, we definitely are. We're trying to keep everybody entertained, and we're trying to keep bringing in the news. Guys, Saturday it starts. I hope everybody is excited. Saturday, the main event, the Serie A begins. Should we have just signed Sanchez like the way we signed Magnan immediately after the season was over? I'm not impressed with all these midfield options we're linked with. Nonzo, I 100% agree with you. I 100% agree with you. Unfortunately, uh, a lot of it had to do with Maldini and him renewing the contracts. Yeah, yeah. I don't have faith or put all my trust in humans. Clearly, you're not. What? Lucas, guys, Lucas is a professional troll, so that's Lucas. Our Kessie replacement will be Kessie. We're gonna get into that, bro. Highlights doesn't mean anything. I mean, you can't find anything wow on CDK highlights. Yeah, I know. Obviously, highlights only can give you little ideas, little windows of how a player is. If you really want to analyze a player and how a player performs, the truth, the only way to do it is to watch 90 minutes of at least 3 or 4 months of that player, because you got to see his consistency. You got like the scouting departments don't just watch highlights like we do. They go to the games and they watch the games and watch the players multiple times on a regular basis. They keep up with their stats, with their consistency, and all of that. But
Also,
highlight.
yeah, statistics are also extremely important. Highlights, like you said, are like kind of like the they're the best of the best, like moments, just little moments, but not consistent performances.
Correct. Guys, listen, as I was saying, today we got to get started early on the liking of the page. So let's get to that. All right, guys. So I called this one before Fabrizio Romano, before anybody, before any of these guys. Diallo. Diallo. Let's do this. I know Brazil Scout has some Diallo highlights. Antonio, can you check those? Let's put those up.
Got it.
Um, Diallo is a player that looks like he's going to be joining Milan. Let me put it that way. It looks like he's going to be joining Milan, at least as far as what the reports are saying. Now, in Italy, there's some journalists that are convinced about this. Honestly, because of this situation with the club, that for some reason we are the brokest club in the history of football. This looks like the best solution. Media said PSG willing to pay part of the salary for Milan target. So PSG willing to pay part. And this I want to criticize PSG. This player that plays a quarter of the season, barely ever plays, gets 6 million. This guy, for sitting on the bench of PSG, gets paid more than any of our players. Guys, PSG is never going to work. It's never going to work. It's just not going to work, guys. PSG is not going to work. All right, let's check him out. Giusto, giusto, giusto MHM. No, look, I'll take your word for it because I know that his stats are good. A lot of people have been saying that he's good. I'll take your word for it, Subdave. I think he is a good player as well. Antonio's been saying it too. So Diallo, obviously, African Cup of Nations champion, was a starter in the tournament. Aggressive player, technical player, 27, has experience, but he's making more money than any of our players just by sitting on the bench. Man, PSG is a mess. What a mess that this club is. It'll never work. It'll never work. Anyway, So obviously, a player that is fast, you can tell, technical, you know, expert, fast thinking on the feet. There, that's a nice little move. Who is the starter for? Who is the starter on the left for PSG? Does anybody know that?
Right now it's Nuno Mendes at left back or left wing back, but actually Galtier is playing a three-man back line, and he's playing with Kimpembe, Ramos, and Marquinhos all at the same time. And then I think Nuno Mendes is like a wing back. So this guy could play in that left center back role, but right now he's not in the first team. So
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay, so what do you guys think in chat? Would you be satisfied with Diallo? Balotelli, guys, by the way, is being linked back to Lille, so let's watch out for that. Uh, the fact that he won the African Cup of Nations, to me, that's a big sign that this guy has the DNA of a champion. Because winning tournaments like that is very difficult, and the fact that he played all the games says a lot. It says that he's a warrior. He fights for the team, and he doesn't do many mistakes. The thing about Diallo is that he's very good. But if we watch Indika, it's like Indika is just like 5 levels above everybody. So it's just that. It's just the disappointment of knowing that we might not get Indika most likely. And that's the only thing. But other than that, I think this would be a very good player. I think I think most of you would agree with me that this is an improvement on Balotelli, right? Do you agree with me, Antonio?
yes, 100%. But also I see him more as a center back. But yes, he can play both positions.
Yes, yeah, he can play a center back and left. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, obviously, if we do buy him eventually, we'll have to renegotiate his wages. That's the thing. That's definitely the thing. Because 6 million for a guy that is going to be mostly sitting on the bench, nah, no way. I can't believe PSG pays bench players as much as most players pay their superstars. Like I think Kane Kane just gets paid just a little bit more than this guy, pretty much when it goes down to net. If you take away taxes, insane, insane. Anyway, let's see what you guys are saying. Onana is good, but comparing to Kessie or Renato Sanchez, he is average. Yeah, yeah, I agree there. Kessie, Renato Sanchez would have been the best option. The players seek success in their careers, and the clubs offer them that. The club or platform to shine and grow. AC Milan, like the big clubs, is a platform that offers that. We need players who want to win with the colors of the club. No mercenaries, as Kessie or Donnarumma. Dark Throne, I 100% agree with you. 100%. Forget Indika. He's not coming to us. I like Diallo. He's a good player. He is a good player. I think he's a good player. He's creative, and he's a good defender. Right? His stats look pretty good. And also, one thing that when we looked at his stats yesterday, on the ball, he's very precise. He's very precise on the ball, meaning his possession stats are very good. He doesn't make many mistakes. And that's why he's a African Cup of Nations champion. That's why he's a African champion, because you have to be very good on the ball in order to become a champion footballer. Especially if you play as a left back or a center back. But in PSG, he played a lot. He's playing mostly as a left back, though, from what I'm seeing. Mm. Balotelli può ancora esplodere, non ha avuto la continuità perché c'è Teo. Sì, vero, vero. Però secondo me questo qua è meglio di Balotelli. Io darei, forse, cercherei di aumentare la qualità della rosa portando a casa questo qui. Milan want to be able to progress popularity-wise and international if keeping signing guys like this. Won't be able. I mean, but also you can argue, and I can be devil's advocate and say Milan will gain popularity by winning games, winning battles in Europe. That's how you do it. Champions of Italy says, yeah, I like these highlights the most. I generally don't think we're signing anyone else, but I have no problem with that. We simply won't compete on three fronts. Let's just compete on two fronts. Even though Coppa Italia is kind of okay this time around. No, Origi will definitely not play against Udinese. Is that correct, Antonio? As far as we know, right?
Yep, that is correct. No for the first game.
Yeah. Okay, so I would say pretty. This would be a pretty good signing. Let's just be objective. Let's be positive. Let's not be, apocalyptic. This would be a good signing that would definitely bring value to the team. Quality, versatility, gives you different options. Definitely a player that you can put him in the center back and the left back position. So if this player comes, I think it would be a pretty good operation in the end. And I think from what we are seeing, if this happens, it will be happening after Ferragosto, after the 15th of August. 15th of August. If Barca isn't able to register Kessie, okay, we'll get to the Kessie stuff, guys. We'll definitely get to the Kessie. Anton, you wanted to talk about the training, right? If you're not a member of the AC Milan YouTube channel, guys, what are you waiting for? Become a member of the AC Milan YouTube channel. They put out a 15-minute training session of the team. Bruh, the team looked great. That training session looked great. In the beginning of the mercato, while the team started training, I was a little bit worried because the intensity wasn't there, the focus wasn't. It looked like family picnics, but now the focus is there. They're training hard. The intensity is there, and it looked really good. You wanted to say something about it, Antonio. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Players like Benacer, they were like going crazy with they were going for tackles and they looked like they were just really, really into the game. The one player, of course, that stands out that I was looking at is definitely De Ketelaere because this guy, I was watching like the scrimmages. He looks very simple and he kind of looks like he's not really like when you look at him, look at his attitude, he's very calm and he doesn't look like he's intense. But when you see him play, like this guy doesn't lose the ball much. He's physically very strong. He's easily keeping the ball from the other players. He scored 2 goals in the training match. He's good at finishing and like he's in the right areas to finish. And he's giving really good passes and crosses. So like he looked really, really good. Ali looked good. Overall, I think the intensity, like you said, was there. There was some players actually. I think there were some Primavera players that I'm not really familiar with that looked like they were kind of the newer players that have just been asked to come up and train with the first team. So I'm curious to find out who they were. But yeah, it looked like a really, really positive training session. And also, of course, Origi was warming up, so good stuff.
Yeah, Origi looked very good with the team too. Unfortunately, Mr. Genius, that one is a members only video, so I don't even know what happens if we show members only videos on YouTube. I don't think I want to find out, but there is a way. Maybe we can show it on Discord. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But guys, if not, is the membership? By the way, guys, you can become a member of this channel too. We are going to start our competition for the Serie A coming up soon. We're going to be putting up a video on that. So become a member of RossonARI TV as well. But yeah, that is just for members only in what you call it on the AC Milan channel. I trust Maldini, especially when it comes to defenders, but this player is very underwhelming. Don't think he's much better than Romagnoli. Diallo? Well, this player also plays left back. Well, listen, guys. If this is who we're looking at. This is who we're looking at. It is what it is. We got our Juventino friend here, guys. If you're a Juventino, we allow you to come here to be a Juventino, but in return, you have to like the video, Omar Mo. Make sure you like the video, guys. If you have not, get on with the liking, because today we're not going to go to the 100 quota. We have to finish a little bit earlier today, but let's get on to that 100 quota. Milan can get back Kessie, and we can and we can get Christian. So here we resume to being okay. So listen, let's go to this Kessie thing. Everybody's talking about the Kessie thing, so let's go to Kessie. Now, first of all, do we believe this? Is this actually real? Is this true?
I think it is. I think there are some problems going on at
ESPN.
Barcelona.
Wow. ESPN. Chaos surrounds Kessie and Barcelona. A clause could see him leave for free. Holy crap. Yeah, but Barcelona is not going to let that happen. That's the thing. Like, I think this is a little bit of those, like Tonali going to Arsenal. But anyway, let's see what it says. As been reported by ESPN, La Liga team could fail to register their new signings due to their financial situation and the rules in place in Spain. Barcelona are set to play Rayo Vallecano in their first league game of the season on Saturday, and Kessie and Andres Christensen are not registered before the game. They can exercise a clause in their contract. That clause means that they can move to a new club for free despite only signing for Barcelona during the summer transfer window. Barcelona have not been able to register Lewandowski, Kunde, Sergi Roberto, Osimhen Dembele, but their situations are different as they either already play for Barcelona or were signed for a transfer fee. Okay, got you. So players that came on for free, it seems like they have a different situation when registering for the league. I don't know, guys. Come on. Do we really think that Kessie is coming back to AC Milan? Are we really going to? I don't know.
Well,
What
no,
what
no,
do you
no, no,
think,
because
Antonio?
even if he's a free agent, he's still probably going to choose to stay with Barcelona until they sort of figure out that situation. This is not saying that he's coming back to Milan, but it's just kind of a funny situation because it seems like everyone who leaves Milan to get higher wages um, puts themselves in a terrible situation, like Donnarumma. So maybe we should be showing our players, like, hey, look at these examples, stay with Milan, and everything will be fine. You'll get paid on time, you'll be registered, you'll play in the Champions League, so you can fight for the title. So it's just like a funny situation. It's not. This does not mean that we're getting him back.
Yeah, guys, it is what it is. Kessie is the past. He's the past. I think in the end, Barcelona is going to figure this out. They're going to figure it out, and at the end, Kessie is going to play in the Champions League with Barcelona. And if he doesn't, then yeah, okay, we can start laughing at them. But yeah, they're definitely in a financial mess for sure. Um, Yeremi Pina from Villarreal for right wing. Juventus, if they don't change the coach, I won't be able to finish even top three. Allegri is such a bad coach. Such a bad coach. This is no news. Barca will register him. Eventually, this is just noise. I think so too. I think so too. Barcelona is a cluster F of a financial mess for sure. Okay, so this is the Juventino that he wants to boast their signings. Kostic, good player. Pau Torres, is he coming? Pau Torres?
No, not as
Christiansen.
of now. Not as of now.
Okay. So let Kostic, Bremer, and Cuadrado would be the best defense in Italy, but unlikely to happen this summer. I thought Pau Torres was pretty close to Juventus at a certain point. Anyway, guys, let's go to Ziyech since there's a lot of news on Ziyech. There was a lot of silence on Ziyech, but all of a sudden, the news came in strong with Ziyech rumors. So Ziyech not happy of the current situation, not happy with Milan either. So let's look into this and let's see what you guys think about it. Journalist claims Chelsea winger wants Milan over Manchester United. These are the three reasons. So let's go over this first. As been reported by The Telegraph earlier this week, the RossonARI have not given hope of adding Ziyech to the squad even after the signing of CDK. The player himself is still very keen to move away from Chelsea, and it is believed that Milan is an option. According to what is being reported by journalist Alessandro Schiavone, Ziyech has expressed his preference to join Milan this summer, and he is not as keen on the idea to Manchester United. I speculated the opposite yesterday. He wants the Rossoneri for three reasons. Firstly, he would like to play in the Champions League. Secondly, he would like to have a leading role with Milan. And thirdly, he believes he would also have a greater chance of winning a trophy. Notice how it says nothing about the World Cup because Ziyech has taken himself out of the Moroccan national team. Okay, all right, so these are just opinions of a journalist. I don't know if these are Oh, sorry, I didn't. Did I not show? Oh my God. Sorry, guys. This was the article anyway, right here. Um, but anyway, so there you go. There you have it. I'm sure it was clear to everybody. Please God, bring us a Ziyech. Literally garbage. Juventus defense is a joke. We got Anwar. Anwar lives in Morocco. I'm sure there's a lot of talks about him. What's up, Anwar? How you doing, my friend? And anyway, let's go to the next article about Ziyech, which talks about him being impatient and the situation that is going on with Milan. So check this out. Evening Standard: frustration after Lukaku's recommendation. Milan moving slowly for Ziyech. This one here is a very interesting article. According to the Evening Standard, Ziyech is not happy with the situation at Chelsea and is exploring an exit. So we knew this. Ziyech has made it clear all summer that he wants to join Milan. Has he? Really? And his friend and former teammate Romelu Lukaku even recommended the Moroccan to Milan. Okay, interesting. However, the winger has been frustrated at the slowness with which Milan are making progress on a loan with option to buy deal, and is instructing his lawyers to find alternative options. Ziyech wants to leave Chelsea after being an unused substitute in the 1-0 win over Everton at the weekend. And while Thomas Tuchel is still willing to keep the 29-year-old another season, he knows that the player is not happy and is pushing to leave. What do we make out of this, guys? The reports are harping on this Ziyech situation. What do we make out of it? What do you make out of it, Antonio?
So I think we've known about this for a while. It's really clear, in my opinion. Ziyech wants to go to Milan. Out of the clubs that are interested in him, Milan is clearly his top choice. He changed his agency earlier on in the summer. He made some like cryptic social media things, kind of showing that he wants to move on and he wants to change. He wants to leave Chelsea. That's all confirmed. Chelsea want to offload him. They're willing to let him go for 10 million or 8 million, whatever. The problem is, and I think he's also willing to cut his wages because he would know that Milan has those financial limits. With his agent would inform him, he'd say, "There's no way you're getting paid to these wages at Milan." So I think that's all fine. The problem is, with all of his effort to leave, Milan is not reciprocating that back to him because Milan is it's the ball's in Milan's court to go and get him because it's up to us to actually submit an offer to be accepted to Chelsea, but it doesn't look like we want to do that because of the current squad and our transfer limits, our transfer budget limits. So that's the thing. So he's frustrated because he's doing everything he can to push for the move, but Milan is not actually going and getting him. So this is the situation, unfortunately.
Yeah. And by the way, buonasera Milanista Doc, Carlo Moretti. Ziyech won't displace Messias. I don't think so either. I think, honestly, I know you have been saying this, Antonio, earlier, but I don't think, even if Ziyech comes, I don't think nor Messias or Salamakers are going to be leaving. I think because we need a big roster, um, they're all going to stay. CM Video says Manchester United is again a joke. So much money invested, bad players are in chaos. Leading from Ronaldo, they ruined Sancho and a lot of other players. Okay, Anwar has some news for us. He says Morocco is firing the head coach and getting a new one. Today it was announced, so Ziyech is coming back to the national team. Okay, all right, that's pretty good. Good. I would be annoyed at Milan as well. We're damn too slow. We should not have spoken to him at all if we had no interest. We definitely are very slow, right? Now he wants to come in and we're haggling. Yeah, let's see what happens with the Ziyech situation. Of course, yesterday was reported that we won't find out till the end of the Mercato. I think he is impatient. He wants to get a move on going. Of course he does. Of course he does. He wants to get going with the season. He wants to play. He wants to train. He wants to be in a project where he is thought of as an important player. It makes sense. Ziyech is better than Messias. What are you vaping, Carlo Moretti? Guys, do not underestimate Messias. Yep, even his agent hinted at a move to Milan, so I guess why he's getting upset. Gotcha. What's up, Child Space? What's up? Guys, if you have not already, click that like, click that like and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. 70% of you that are watching now, sorry, 30% of you that are watching now and will be watching later when this is published on YouTube are not subscribed. So all you got to do is press that sub button. Road to 8K, guys. We need to get to 8K. We need to get to 8K. Let's do it. If you see Roma stronger than, we're going to have a nice segment about that. So, what does even I do not know why it's taking so long. Just sign in, please. Yeah, Ziyech needs to reduce his wages in order to join. Apparently, we're now a charity organization. Yeah, that's true. Messias is better coming off the bench. Let's use common sense now. Ziyech is a player for UCL. I mean, he definitely has that experience in the UCL. And didn't Maldini say this, Antonio? We need 3 players that are big for the UCL. Didn't he hint at
Yeah, we
this?
need. He said we need some big players for sure. In my view.
So CDK is one. CDK already has experience in the UCL. He's a pezzo da 90. Pezzo da 90 means in Italian means he's a very good he's going to become a great player. Origi can be, maybe is Origi one of those players? Do you think?
Sure, I think at this point he has to be because we're not bringing in much else considering our limits with our 50 million limit.
Yeah, and then maybe the third one. So it'd be CDK, Origi, and Ziyech, maybe. Maldini has arrived in Ibiza. I don't know if you're joking or not. I don't know what that means. Milan want to wait until the last week. Best strategy because they're going to be forced to accept the Milan conditions. MHM, scholar of the Condor. The Condor. You guys remember the Condor? Do you know who I'm talking about when I say the Condor, Antonio?
Is it? It's not Gaudi. It's not. No, no. One of the older. I don't
Who
know
is
exactly.
who is
I
the
forget.
Condor? Antonio,
I
are you
forget.
are you a Milanista dog or what?
I
Only
am. I forget. I'm sorry.
guys, if you don't, you can't be a Milanista dog and not know who the Condor is. Come on. Okay. Well, this is we're taking you to school today. Galliani, dottor, professore, avvocato.
Okay, hold on. I was starting to say Galliani, but I
Yeah,
wasn't. I wasn't.
you should have
Okay.
said it. You should have said it. Galliani. Il Condor, that's what he used to do. He used to wait until the last week of the calciomercato in order to get his deals done because that's when people are scrambling. That's when the agents need to make those decisions. That's when, that's when you can get the best deals. So essentially, MHM, a student of the Condor, expertly said they'll wait till the last week. I believe so, yeah. I believe so too, as well. Galliani, that's right. Bravo, Milanista Doc ragazzi, signori e signori, bravo Ante, bravo. Man, Pioli loves to say bravo a tutti, in training. I like Pioli's style. Okay, so Anwar, who again lives in Morocco, so I'm sure he gets a lot of news about Ziyech. He says, I think Ziyech will either come to Milan or go to Man U, but Chelsea would prefer to offload him outside EPL. I'm 70% confident we'll sign Ziyech. Oh, actually, I wanted to ask Anwar. Hey, Anwar, there is. I know you are. I don't know if you're subscribed to or you are a member to the YouTube AC Milan channel. If you can stream the trainings that they put out yesterday on Discord, we can have a little watch party, 15-minute video on Discord to watch those trainings, and maybe we can discuss there what we think about the trainings. So Anwar, if you're available, if you want to do that on Discord, let us know, and we can organize that. If you have if you're a member, and I think you are, We're slow because of takeover from Redbird. Yeah, I know this. We're definitely aware of this. Yeah, for sure. Will you guys watch Madrid versus Frankfurt? I probably will have it in the background while I do other work. But you're gonna watch it, Antonio. Who's gonna win, guys? Who's gonna win? What do you think is gonna win, Antonio?
Easy win for Real Madrid. Even though Frankfurt may be interesting for them, I think it's going to be like a 3-1 Madrid. Pretty comfortable game.
3-1 for Real Madrid.
Yes.
Mm. Gotcha, gotcha. Look at this. Look at what Paul says, man. Are you gonna fight him?
Actually, I was literally saying Galliani, but then I didn't have the confidence in myself to finish it. So that's my fault.
Okay, okay. You did good. You did good. It's fine. Don't worry, man. We're just messing around. Who's excited for the Bunga Bunga Derby, Milan versus Monza? I am. I really want to see how Monza does. I'm very curious to see Monza. For Ziyech to arrive, someone has to leave. I don't know. I think they're all going to stay, but maybe I'm wrong about that. Can we talk about how overrated? What? Is it really? That's how you want to start your sentence? Can we talk about how overrated Tonali is? I say sell him if opportunity comes. Same as Donnarumma. As I'm sorry, Mahmoud, but I think 99% of the people here will disagree with you on that one. Tonali is only 21, 22. He's had a great. He was one of the instrumental midfielders of the team that helped us win the Scudetto. I don't think I don't think we're going to be selling him anytime soon, my man. But anyway, hey, I respect your opinion on him. Okay, yeah. So Anwar, let's do that. Maybe we can do that. We'll figure out a time, guys. If you are on our Discord, stay. Watch out for. We're going to show the highlights of the trainings that AC Milan put up, and they're really good. 15 minutes of intensive training, a lot of touches, and really good stuff. So we'll organize that and we'll let you know. Yes, Bunga Bunga. Yeah, yeah. Definitely, we definitely know. What's up, Tommaso? Luigi Timpano, ragazzi. Another Milanista doc, Luigi Timpano. Even Omar says, I like Tonali. No, I think they sold for more better players like Paqueta. Well, Paqueta, we sold him too early, yeah. We sold him too early for sure. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry, but I don't think anybody will agree with you there, Mohammed. I'm live on Discord. The game will start in 5 minutes. Okay, guys. So the Discord, if you want to watch Milan. If you want to watch Atletico Madrid against Frankfurt, Anwar is streaming that on the Discord. So go ahead, guys. The link is right here. Go to the Discord, sign up for the Discord, and then go to the streaming. And then we'll organize a watch party for the training video, which is awesome. Really awesome. I really want to see that with you guys. All right. Listen, let's close just before the game starts because I'm sure people want to watch the game. Anyway, guys, first of all, thank you everybody that's joined us today. Love you all. Tomorrow, the God of War, Kratos, is going to be back full-time on the channel again, Lyret. So then the open lives are going to start again. And we might have one tonight, maybe. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. But one thing that we know for sure is we're going to be rolling out the competition for the members only. So only members are going to be getting those messages. And we are going to be putting out a video tomorrow of me, Ari, Antonio, and Lyret about our predictions. And then Friday, I believe we're going to do a Milan forum. So, guys, sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit. That's right. Gattuso, il grande
10 out of
Gattuso.
10, Roy. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, right? Christian loves the open lives, the chaotic open lives. Everyone entitled to their opinion. Yeah, I respect your opinion, Mohammed. Guys, this is a channel where nobody gets banned. I don't think.
Mike cut out. Roy, your mic cut out.
I was saying.
Now you're back.
I was saying we don't ban anybody here on this channel. I've only banned Lucas once, and I apologize to him for that. I'm glad he's back in full force. But everybody is entitled to their opinion here, so it is what it is. Ban Roy. Roy censor himself. But Skillard, you weren't here. You weren't here, but we showed the renewal of Krunic. All right, guys. Let's see how many likes we're ending with today. I'm sure it's. I don't think we can get to 100 today, But 57, I'm happy with that. I'm happy. I'm happy with that, guys. Yes, send super chats, send stickers. We need to get me a new computer. The last very good Italian player Milan had was Pirlo. Really, going back all the way back to Pirlo. Interesting. Well, it is what it is. It is what it is. Moment, I would have agreed with you 2 seasons ago, but Tonali balls dropped last season. All right, guys. Having said that, yeah, go to the Discord. Anwar is going to be showing the Real Madrid Frankfurt game. Guys, thank you everybody for joining us today. We went through all the reports. Let me see if I missed anything. No, we went through everything today. So Diallo, probably the next player to join AC Milan. And Onyedika looks like a good solution. Onana could be a good solution. Ziyech, what we learned about his situation, and that's it for today, guys. See you tomorrow, and adios, Dark Throne. Thank you, Mohammed. I really appreciate you. Thank you, sir. I hope you and the channel a lot of success, guys. Yes, road to 8K. So if you are not subscribed, click that subscribe button. Okay, Antonio, any last words?
Yes, I'm sorry I've been in and out, guys. I've been really busy at home, but I love the stream, and hopefully we can do an open live soon, and we'll let you guys know when that happens.
All right, guys, everybody, thank you so much. Ci vediamo la prossima. And like always, guys, like always, Forza, Forza, Forza Milan. See us on the Discord. Ciao.